Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little different than what I normally do. Today's video is going to be about some reseller facts that no one ever talks about. And I think this is important when you're just getting started. Hi, if you are new to my channel, my name is Andrea and I'm a fashion reseller on sites like eBay, POSHMARK, and Mercari. And today's video is going to go into some reseller facts that I think are very important for someone to know, especially if you're just starting out. Now, if you don't know me, this is kind of like my thing. I actually have ADHD, so when a random thought comes through my mind, which it's usually a curiosity thought, like I want to know this. Um, I am known for Googling and getting on Quora and just finding out the information on how to do something, or like whatever my thought is, I want to know the answer because that's just how I am. Now, some of this information I do know because I worked a second job in retail for many years before I was a reseller. And that is just basic information that they gave to the places that I work. They go in-depth charts about what is selling and what is not selling. So I thought that we could do like a little factual video. And this is all information that anybody can look up. But I think that when you're starting out, this information is extremely important. And I've never heard anybody talk about it. So one of the questions that I get a lot is like, what sizes should I pick up? Well, I feel like you should pick up anything that you feel comfortable picking up and you think that you can sell it. I pick up all sizes, but it is important to know that the average woman in America is a size 16-18. Up until 2016, it was a size 12. Now it is a 16-18. So if you are looking for women's pants, dresses, you probably want to look through that category because that size is what's going to sell. A 16-18 equivalent to a t-shirt size is an extra large to a 1X. So that is something else that you want to look at. And the most common size, which I think that this little snippet of information is really funny because I think men accuse us of doing this more. The average man in America, based on factual information of doctors' reports and what people are buying in the store and measuring and all that, is a size 38-40. But over 20% of men are actually buying a size 34 jean that is not a size 34. So the 34 size sells 55% of men are actually buying that. And they're saying that a bunch of it is coming from those men buying the wrong size. Now, there was a lot of data on this, but I am not going to put the charts and the information up here because those charts were created by someone else and I don't want to steal anybody's content. And you can look all this information up. The most common t-shirt size in America for a man is a size large at 30% and an extra large at 20%. So you can get 50% of the male buyer just by buying large and extra large t-shirts. I wanted to dig deeper in some stuff that I didn't know. Like, what is the most common color worn across America? And I was thinking it was probably black, but it's actually blue, which I'm not surprised by that because, there's blue jeans and stuff like that. But that is the most common color worn in America. And the least common color and the most hated color is orange. So those are some things like maybe you want to implement into your business or stop buying. I'm not saying to stop buying everything that's orange, but it actually states that that is the most hated color for people to wear. So that's another important sizing thing that I think people need to know. The most common women's shoe size from 1970 till this last year, they said was a 7.5, which is what size I wear, which I find really funny. But last year they got data to actually reanalyze that, and a study said that it is now an 8.5. But then one really famous university, I think it was Brown University, said that because of COVID and stuff, that the information was not actual. But then again, if you're sourcing, do you want to pick up a size 5, 6, or a size 10? I think it would be more important for you to aim towards a 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, if that is where the lines go to the most common sizes. And for men, this information was kind of askew. And so I dug deeper into what the numbers were. And it said across the board 9, 10, 11, and 12 sold. But if you actually look into the data, people that are buying, or men that are buying the size 9 and the smaller size, are actually teenagers. So if you look from grades like 8 to like 12, they're saying men's feet are still growing and 9 is a popular size. But when they calculated all the data, the average size of a man's foot, the most common bought size, was a size 10.5. So that is actually what size my husband wears, and I wear 7.5, which is quite funny. But and then when you're talking about shoes, I always like look at shoes that are kind of more plain, because you don't want to have something that is loud and bright, because you want it to match most of your clothes, right? So I looked into data, what is the most common color bought in shoes, and this like surprised me, because I always buy white shoes, and it was the second most worn color. The most worn color is actually black. And I do know that a lot of workplaces require black shoes, and they also have to have like the non-slip soles and all that. And those most commonly come in black. And I don't know if that's the answer or if people just gravitate towards black. And also, what I wanted to figure out, like, what is the most common thing that all like Americans have in your closet? I was thinking more towards jeans, because I think everyone would own a pair of jeans, but like the data said that 80% of Americans, the most popular common thing that everyone owns is a pair of black dress pants. So between men and women, that is the most common thing that at least everyone owns one pair. Talking about pants, I always have trouble because I am super short. So I have trouble finding pants and stuff that fits me. Like I have to buy an extra short or something that is close to like a 28 inseam. I did find it very weird that the most common inseam for men and women are actually the same. It is between a 34 and a 32. So like if you're buying pants, especially ones that give inseam details, so you're going to want to look for men's and women's pants that have a 32 to 34 inseam. To me, it was surprising that both men and women have the same inseam. I kind of knew that men, like the most common inseam was a 34, because when I did work at Kohl's, we did get provided that information. We also got provided the shoe information, so I've known that those are the most common size for quite a while. But like I said, I wanted to dig a little deeper into some other data. And I think this is also important when you're shopping. The data also states like the most common like colors throughout like a person's wardrobe in general are blue, followed by black, gray, then white. So, like, as resellers, I know a lot of people tell you to look for the more rare stuff, which I think is really important. But are we also going to look for things like the average American wears? Like, are we going to put this data to use while we're shopping in stores? Because I know for me, um, I probably fall under the category of a basic wardrobe. So at the end of the day, I think it's very important that you look at that information. And I know that there's a lot of resellers out there telling you to buy unique things. And I'm not saying that I also buy unique things. But at the end of the day, you want to look and see who your average American customer is. I mean, we're the ones that is buying from the market. So you might want to base some of your choices off just some basic things. And you can use this information to help you decide whether or not to buy something in the future. So I'm going to try to work this snippet of information into my channel every so often and do these little short videos. And if you like reseller content, please feel free to subscribe to my channel.